Hi, this is Sherry at the Intentional Home Podcast, where I share tips and resources to help you live with intention and purpose. This is episode number 50, and today we're going to be continuing our talk about gut health, and we're specifically going to be looking at how to reduce toxins in your home. Now, to start out with, you're probably wondering, we're talking about gut health, why do we need to talk about toxins? Well, toxins are things that we are exposed to, whether we breathe it, eat it, put it on our bodies, whatever. But those toxins can build up in our bodies. They affect our immune systems. They inhibit our bodies from being able to heal and to work the way they should. And so while we can't totally remove all toxins from our lives, there are some things that we can do to at least reduce as much as we can the toxic load on our bodies. So today I want to look at 3 different areas, and like I said, there's a lot of different areas in our lives that we can look at toxins, but the 3 areas I want to look at today is some of the things that we're eating, the things that we use to clean around our home, and then the last area is personal care products that we use. So let's just dig right in. I hope that this is some good information for you. A lot of this you probably already know, but I just wanted to share some of the things that I have done personally in our own family, and maybe there's some things that will help you. And like I say, whenever you're making changes like this in your life, it's a good idea just to take it one baby step at a time. Don't feel like you have to make all these changes at once. Sometimes you can just choose one area to work on, find some things that you can replace with something better, and wait until that gets to be just a part of your life, and then work on another area. So I don't want to overwhelm you, but I just want to present some information to you and just share some of the things that we have done, some of the products that we're using that we really like, and maybe you'll get some ideas of things. Again, there are a lot of natural, non-toxic products and companies out there, but I'm just going to be sharing the things that I'm using. So let's dig right in with the first area is to eat organic as much as possible. Now, why do we want to eat organic? Well, most of the time, the foods that we eat, especially the produce, which is what I'm going to focus on today, all of your fruits and vegetables, there's so much pesticides and spraying that goes on in the fields, and a lot of those pesticides remain on the foods, get in the food, and then when you eat them, then you're putting that toxic pesticide into your body. So when you eat organic, you usually avoid most of that. So this is one small area is when you're going to buy your produce to search for organic options. It may not always work. One thing that I'm finding as I slowly try to replace some of the fresh produce that I buy with organic options is that it is more expensive, but I'm kind of surprised it's not more expensive than it is. So there might be some things that are way, way more expensive, and if you really cannot afford it, then there are some things that you can do to kind of wash off those pesticides off of your food before you eat them. So I'm going to put a link in the show notes. There's lots of different recipes online, and there's some that you can buy, but there's a recipe for how to make your own fruit and vegetable wash. And there's a post that a lady wrote that she does a really good job of explaining how to properly wash your fruit and vegetables. And so I will put a link to that in the show notes. So it's really a good idea, even if you buy organic, to go ahead and wash everything, but especially if you are not buying organic. So that is a tip for you. That's one small step that you can take, is just try switching out some of those things that you buy. For me, I have started buying, we eat a lot of baby carrots, we eat a lot of grapes, bananas, red potatoes. And I've been able to switch all of those out to organic options. And anyway, it just feels good knowing I'm buying a little bit better produce, a little bit better for our bodies. And but again, if you can't afford to do the organic, then just buy the regular produce and just be sure and wash it really good. So that's the first area that you can look at to reduce toxins. The second area is to start replacing cleaning products that you use in your home with non-toxic ones. Now, over the years, I've done some different things. I've made some homemade cleaners and, tried lots of different recipes and different things. And if you're looking, you can go online and just search for homemade cleaners and things like that, and you will find a lot of recipes that you can make your own. I also have an ebook. It's called Natural Cleaners for the Home. If you're interested in that, I'll put a link in the show notes. But it's also full of recipes that you can try to make your own. But again, I would suggest just to start with one thing at a time. Maybe just make a basic household cleaner and use that in the kitchen and bathroom and stuff. And then from there, you can move on to replacing more of your cleaners. I'm going to put a recipe in the show notes for a homemade Lysol recipe. I got this from a friend years ago, and it's a really, really good recipe, and it works amazing just as a really good kind of a Lysol type cleaner in your home. So you can check that one out. Maybe you want to start with that one and then go from there. So household cleaners. The next thing is dish soap. This is one I had a hard time. I tried some different homemade dish soaps, and I just, it didn't suds up very good. I didn't feel like it got the dishes clean. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. So recently I found that Watkins has some kind of more natural products. They may not be totally, I think I kind of checked the ingredients, and there might be one of the ingredients that's kind of, maybe not the best, but it's not, too bad. It's much better than the other, dish soaps that you can buy. So, but I picked up some Watkins lemon dish soap, and I really, really like it. It wasn't that expensive, really. You don't use that much of it, and it suds up nice, and it gets the dishes clean. And so that is one thing that I replaced was my dish soap. Another big area, besides the cleaning products, I've made my own glass cleaner, mirror cleaner, toilet bowl cleaner, and things like that. I've done all of those things, and we kind of have cleaners using some natural soaps like Bronner's soap, and using essential oils and vinegar. Lots of different, options there that I've made some homemade cleaners. But the other big area in our home is the laundry. And years ago, I did try to make my own laundry soap, where you have the big pots on the stove and you're grating up your I can't remember what the name of the soap was, but you grate up the soap and then you boil it or melt it, and then you make like a great big 5-gallon bucket with it. And I did try to make that, but we have really hard water where we live, and it just was not getting the clothes clean. It was kind of leaving a film or something on the clothes. So I kind of gave up on trying to make a homemade laundry soap. And then just this year, I was introduced to a company. It's called My Green Fills, and it's a company that makes all kinds of different laundry products. They have laundry wash and they have laundry rinse, which the laundry wash is your laundry soap, and the laundry rinse is kind of like a softener. They also have lots of other things, like laundry boost and different things that you can use to treat stains. And they have, I also got a dryer angel, which is it's a homemade little cloth. It looks like a little angel, and it has a little bag of essential oil and some kind of beans or something that's inside, but you put it in your dryer and it makes your clothes smell really good. Anyway, but I came across My Green Fills, and It's a subscription service, so you can go in and set up how often you want it, the boxes sent to you, whether it's, once a month or once every couple months or whatever, and you can decide what you want them to send you. But when you place your first order, you get a jug, and it's small. That's one thing about this laundry wash is you don't use very much. You only use 1 ounce, and that's for an HE wash machine. I think if you have a regular wash machine, you have to use 2 ounces. So, but if most people probably today have the HE washers, and you only have to use 1 ounce. So the jug is 50 ounces. So one jug is 50 loads, which is a really good deal. But the first time you order, you get the jug, and then the laundry wash is actually just a packet of powder. And the same thing with the laundry rinse. It's the same way. You would get a jug and then a packet. And they give you instructions on what to do. But basically, you pour the laundry wash powder stuff in your jug and then fill it up with water and shake it up really good. And you have your laundry soap. And so every month or however often you set up for your refills to come, you will just get a box with the little envelopes with the powder stuff to refill your jug. And so far, I am really, really liking it. I wasn't sure if I would, but they do have scented and unscented versions of the laundry wash. And I got the scented one, and it really smells good. And it's getting our clothes clean. It's amazing what that 1 little ounce of detergent will do. But it's getting the clothes clean there. It's totally non-toxic. In fact, the people who started this company actually did so because they had a child who had really bad skin issues, eczema and different things, and they needed something. They realized it was from all the chemicals in their laundry soap was irritating his skin. So they set out to create their own non-toxic laundry wash. And so now they're doing that. It makes it real easy to send out the refills. You just get that small, envelope things in the mail, and then you can refill it, and you don't have to keep getting a new jug every time. So I love that part of it. And so if you're looking at, there are other natural laundry products out there as well. If you go to, like health food stores and different online natural food type stores, you can probably find some natural non-toxic laundry detergents and softeners and things like that. But I was really surprised. It really isn't that expensive. I think for the laundry wash, I think it's only like $12, I think, for the laundry wash. So it's not bad, really, for getting 50 loads. And I started comparing the prices because I think we used to use Era, I think was the kind that we had. And in order to do a large load, I had to use, I don't know how many ounces it was, but I figured the cost-wise of how many loads I got out of a jug of Era and how many loads, cost-wise, what was the same. And there really wasn't a ton of difference. It was a little bit more expensive to do my green fills, but not a lot. So it's well worth it to me knowing that we're using products that are not toxic, because those chemicals do stay in your clothes, especially in the dryers. We are not using the dryer sheets anymore, and we're using the My Green Fills Dryer Angel, and also I bought some wool dryer balls to put in the dryer, and that kind of takes care of the static. So the soap works really good. It even gets my husband's very dirty construction clothes clean. So if you're interested in giving that a try, I do have a link I'll put in the show notes where you can get 50 free loads of the laundry wash for free when you purchase any of their other products. So it's a great way that you can give this a try and see if you like it. This is what I did. I got the 50 free loads of the laundry wash, and then for the item that I ordered the Dryer Angel. And so it really ended up being very, very reasonable for me to give it a try. I wanted to give it a try and see if I thought that it would work. And so once you place your order, then you will get that in the mail in like a week or so. And then you will have your account set up at My Green Fills. And then you'll be able to go in and you can change the frequency. You know, you can go in and you can choose if you want what you want to have in your next box and when you want it to ship. So if you want to, what I did is I went in and I moved the date out a couple months just so it would give me some time to decide if I wanted to continue using it. And so that's what I did. So if you want to give that a try, I will put a link in the show notes so you can click on over and sign up and get that free 50 loads of the laundry wash. So that is the kind of the cleaning stuff around our home. I think sometimes we don't realize how much chemicals and fragrances and stuff is in all of those. And so when we can slowly start replacing those things, it will really help to reduce the toxic load on our bodies. The last area that I want to look at is to start replacing personal care products. You know, these are the things like shampoos, body washes, body soaps, face washes, body lotion, all kinds of stuff. Anything that you put on your skin to clean, or, you know, lotions, perfumes, things like that. And I'm just going to share what we are using, and don't feel like you have to use the exact same things. These are just some things that either were recommended to us or things that we found. For our shampoo and conditioner, someone recommended to me the Ren Pure shampoo and conditioner. It's a non-toxic shampoo and conditioner, and I really, really like it. I'll put a link in the show notes. The link in the show notes does go to my Amazon store, but I actually found these at Walmart a lot cheaper. So if you want to check your Walmart, you can go on there so you can kind of see what the bottles look like. They're nice big pump bottles, so it makes it real easy to put them in the shower and use. So we use that for our shampoo and conditioner. For our body soap, we've been using for years the Kirk's Castile soap. It's just a basic soap. There's no fancy perfumes, non-toxic soap. It's not terribly expensive, and I just get it at Walmart as well, or you can buy it online. So that is one option for just using that. I would just use that in the shower to wash. The other thing is our face wash. This is something me and my daughters use. Never could get my sons to do this, but lots of people have found really good success with their kids, especially teens who are in that stage where they're really battling a lot of acne on their skin. This oil cleansing method really, really works, and it helps. I know when my oldest daughter was going through that stage, she started using it, and it really did reduce the acne on her face. So if you want to give that a try, I will put a link again in the show notes. But it's an oil cleanser. It's basically a mixture of castor oil and sunflower seed oil. And you just mix it together. And I've recently started adding some lavender essential oil to it as well. And it just makes your skin so soft. And if you want to learn how to use that, it's real easy. I will put a link to my post that explains how to do that cleansing method to wash your face. Body lotion. This is one thing that we all love to smell nice and pretty and feel soft and smooth, but we do need to be careful what we're putting on our bodies in the form of lotions. And a couple different things. One lotion that we've been using for body lotion was, we found, again, a Watkins product that's a lavender lotion. And that works really good just for your overall hands and your body. It works really, really good. And then if you want, I also want to recommend the Trim Healthy Naturals products. These are the skincare products that are put out by the two sisters that wrote the Trim Healthy Mama books. And they have created their own skin line, skincare products called Trim Healthy Naturals. And they have some really, really good lotions and creams and chapsticks and deodorant and lots of different health or skincare type products. So I love to use their orange lotion on my face. And so if you're interested, I put a link in the show notes again. You can go to their website. The link goes to all their skincare products. You can take a look. and see if there's some things there, but they are totally all natural, non-toxic. I totally trust their products, and they're really, really good. So those are some ideas of things that you can do. They're things that we have done to replace some of the more toxic things that we tend to eat or put on our bodies. And like I said, there are a lot of different other areas that you can look at in your life that kind of put toxins in your body, everything from air fresheners to all kinds of cleaners and perfumes. Oh, I do want to mention one more thing. I've just recently started kind of getting more into essential oils, and one thing that I just did recently was I purchased some kind of essential oil blends, and there was one, it's called Joy, I think, and I can put a link for that one in the show notes as well, but it's a really, really pretty flowery kind of smell, and I thought, I wonder if that would be good to use for like a perfume. And so I just made myself a little roller bottle with some of the fractionated coconut oil, and then I can't remember how many drops I put in the bottle, but I put, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 or so drops of the Joy essential oil blend, and put that in there and shook it up, and then I used that little roll-on bottle as like a perfume, and it smells so good, and I know it's not bad for me, and it's actually probably good for me. So that's another idea if you like essential oils, or you're not sure about essential oils. It's a really nice way to give yourself a good fragrance without having to spray on all of the really strong perfumes and stuff. So I hope that some of these things have been a help to you. Again, this is not the only way that you can avoid toxins. There are lots of other products out there. I just wanted to maybe share the things that we are using. And if you don't know where to start, maybe you can start with some of these things and then start doing some research and exploring on your own. But I hope this has encouraged you to really start looking at what you are eating, what you're putting on your body, what you're smelling, what you're putting, in the air in your home, and really start to do baby steps in replacing some of these things with more non-toxic options. So thank you again for joining me here at the Intentional Home Podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast in iTunes or your favorite podcast player. For more information about my podcast and to see the show notes with links to resources mentioned in each of the episodes, just go to sherrygraham.com/podcast. Thanks, and have a great day.